Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we take the overwhelming flow of articles, research, and data and distill it down to the essential insights you need to stay ahead. Today, we're diving into a critical balancing act faced by pretty much every business trying to make an impact. How do you genuinely dominate a major trade show floor? Achieve maximum visual impact, while also navigating tighter marketing budgets and, let's face it, the moral imperative to be more sustainable.
It's the central conflict of the exhibition world, really. For decades, the only real answer was, bespoke, permanent, custom construction. You paid a fortune for a structure that looked incredible, but was essentially single-use architecture.
Creating enormous expense and waste.
Exactly.
And the sources we pulled for this deep dive suggest that the old model is actively being challenged by an approach that is both highly strategic and incredibly flexible. We're talking about modular booth rental solutions, and this isn't just a minor optimization. Our sources say it's a complete shift in how you acquire and deploy your trade show infrastructure.
And our mission today is to thoroughly unpack this strategy. We want to show you the mechanics, the how, and more importantly, the implications, the why. This is all about converting your participation from a logistical nightmare and a huge capital expenditure into a dynamic, highly agile marketing opportunity.
And if you need one immediate reason to pay attention, here it is. The key finding across our sources is that by strategically using this modular rental framework, companies are routinely realizing savings of up to 40%.
40%.
Compared to the lifetime cost of traditional custom builds. That financial leverage alone forces you to reevaluate how things are done.
That 40% figure is the anchor, but like you said, it's not just about cost, it's about agility. In a market where everything is moving faster, the ability to rapidly adjust your physical presence, both in size and message, is now a core competitive advantage.
Okay, let's unpack this concept then. When we say modular booth rental solution, I think most people immediately picture something generic, maybe a pipe and drape shell with a roll-up banner.
Right.
That's not what we're talking about here. So what exactly is the core definition of these modern modular systems?
We're talking about a standardized strategic system built on interconnectable components. Think of them as high-quality, reusable building blocks. They are prefabricated structures engineered for rapid assembly, complete reconfiguration, and total adaptation. This eliminates the need for expensive, time-consuming, messy, on-site carpentry at every single event.
And the standardization is important, right? Our materials specify that the core unit is typically a metric module, often around 3 meters by 3 meters. But if these components are standardized units, doesn't that inherently limit the design? How do you stop a 3x3 modular exhibit from looking exactly the same in San Francisco as it does in Dallas?
That's the most common and honestly a most necessary piece of skepticism to address. The base aluminum frame is the consistent infrastructure, yes, but the system is designed to be purely structural scaffolding.
A blank canvas.
A blank canvas, exactly. The system includes integrated components. The robust aluminum frames for real structural integrity, quick connect lighting, integrated electrical pathways, adaptable flooring. But here's the trick. The infrastructure is generic, but the marketing skin is 100% custom.
So you're leasing the framework, but the brand environment is created through external customization. Let's dive into that customization because this is where the design really comes to life. How do you transform these standard walls into a premium, unique brand experience?
It's all in the high-definition graphics and advanced material overlays. The source material emphasizes that branding customization is really the cornerstone of this whole strategy. These walls, which start as interchangeable neutral panels, are transformed using highly specific, advanced printing techniques.
Give us some examples of those materials, because hearing tension fabric graphics sounds like jargon, but it's apparently critical to why these booths look so good.
Precisely. You see extensive use of high-res digital printing methods. Modern vinyl wrapping, large-scale dye sublimation printing, and, yes, the tension fabric graphics. And tension fabric is revolutionary because it stretches tautly across the frame, eliminating wrinkles and seams, and giving the appearance of a flawless, permanent wall.
So it mimics that high-end look of drywall or architectural structures, but without the weight or the cost.
Right. You get that premium architectural matte finish that custom builders usually charge a fortune for.
So you get the aesthetic sophistication, vibrant company colors, high-res imagery, and integrated digital displays showcasing key messaging, all on a rental frame.
And this customization goes far beyond just pretty walls. The strategic value is integrating functional design. Customization encompasses functional zones engineered specifically to maximize attendee interaction and lead generation.
So we're not just talking about putting up a desk and a logo. We're discussing highly defined, purposeful spaces within that modular environment.
Exactly. You can incorporate specialized strategic zones that match your immediate goals. For example, a dedicated, brightly lit product demonstration area that needs specific power feeds.
Or the opposite.
Or, conversely, an intimate, low-light meeting space for closing high-value deals. You can integrate touchscreens, VR zones, even small amphitheaters if your module count is high enough.
Yeah.
The layout is engineered to generate leads, not just to house personnel.
That dynamic ability to create a unique, functionally optimized, and visually stunning space using reusable components, that resolved the old conflict. But now, let's talk about the logistical black hole that custom builds create. This is where the modular approach really proves its worth.
Oh, the logistics are the great unseen killer of trade show budgets and, frankly, staff morale. Custom builds require dedicated storage facilities, specialized shipping, constant repairs from transit damage.
And hiring local contractors who are unfamiliar with your specific build every time you change cities.
Yes, it's a nightmare.
The beauty of the modular system is its inherent flexibility and scalability. So tell us how a company handles 3 completely different shows in 3 months. Say, a small regional conference, a huge industry summit, and a mid-sized event overseas using the same set of components.
They simply scale the system. Because the components are standardized, businesses can seamlessly expand or contract their booth footprint by adding or removing those standard 3x3 meter modules. You can go from a compact single-module display for that regional conference to an expansive, say, 6-module structure with multiple floors for the major industry summit.
So it eliminates the need to pay for, store, and maintain entirely new infrastructure investments every single time your space requirements change.
And that leads to the critical operational benefit, professional logistical management. This is where the exhibiting company gets the most immediate relief. These professional service providers handle all the intricate, high-risk details.
What specifically are they taking off the client's plate?
Everything. Transportation, customs paperwork, which is often a massive point of failure for custom builds, the dedicated assembly, and the final dismantling and removal. We've all seen the horror stories of customs delays that force a complete, expensive, and stressful rebuild on site because the fixed custom components didn't arrive. Modular systems essentially insure you against that chaos.
Which means the resulting benefit for you, the person driving the trade show strategy, is profound. You can focus entirely on staffing, product training, presentation quality, and networking. The preparation period transforms from a panic-inducing infrastructure project into a streamlined marketing exercise. That logistical simplicity is a huge return on investment in itself.
It truly is. It converts the whole strategy from a high-resource capital endeavor into a flexible, predictable, and cost-effective marketing engine.
Let's circle back to the bottom lines now. We've established the 40% savings figure, but we need to understand the strategic financial shift this represents. Instead of sinking cash into an asset that depreciates and sits in a warehouse for 11 months, what's happening here?
This is the death of the sunk cost trade show asset. Modular rental converts what would be multiple large, unpredictable capital expenditures, that's CapEx, money tied up in fixed assets, into a predictable, manageable, and recurring operational expense, OpEx.
That shift is huge for corporate accounting, isn't it?
Yeah.
CapEx requires massive upfront investment, complicated depreciation schedules. It's often the first thing cut on budget crunch.
Exactly.
But OpEx is flexible. It can be allocated precisely to where the marketing impact is needed most.
That's it. You eliminate those fixed costs, initial design, fabrication, specialized labor, massive storage fees, and recurring maintenance and repair expenses. Instead, the budget allocation shifts. Companies can now invest those savings directly into things that actually generate leads. Better staffing, advanced digital content, more sophisticated follow-up tools. It's a complete reallocation of resources toward high-impact activity.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Now let's introduce the final element, which is no longer optional in modern business. Sustainability. Environmental performance is rapidly becoming a mandatory strategic concern.
And modular systems are inherently designed to excel here. They provide substantial sustainability benefits precisely because they are reusable. The reusability of the core components represents a foundational shift away from exhibition design as disposable architecture.
So can you detail those specific advantages, the ones that are a direct result of the modular design and the rental model?
Sure. First and foremost, you dramatically reduce material waste because you're no longer tearing down and disposing of single-use constructions after every single event. Second, this significantly minimizes new raw material consumption since you reuse the existing components over and over again.
And this translates directly into a lower carbon footprint, I assume, because you're avoiding the energy required for constant custom fabrication and transport of heavy new materials.
Absolutely. The professional service providers facilitate what our sources call a circular economy model for exhibition infrastructure. They maintain, refresh, and repurpose those elements across multiple clients and multiple events. The components have a lifespan measured in years, even decades, not in days.
So here's where it gets really compelling for me. Choosing modular solutions demonstrates a visible, actionable commitment to sustainable business practices. That commitment resonates powerfully with environmentally conscious consumers, investors, and stakeholders, adding genuine ethical value to the brand presentation itself. It's not just compliance, it's a selling point.
It truly is the full package. It's a rare convergence of financial prudence, logistical efficiency, visual impact, and environmental responsibility all rolled into one flexible solution.
We've covered a tremendous amount of ground today. Modular solutions resolve the classic trade show pain points of logistics, costs, and design rigidity by offering scalable, reusable, and brand-friendly systems. It's a turnkey approach to maximizing exhibition success, turning infrastructure from a liability into an asset.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the long-term strategic advantage is defined by financial precision. Companies gain the unprecedented agility needed to respond dynamically to fluctuating market opportunities and tight budgetary constraints without sacrificing aesthetic quality.
The source material frames modular booths as a flexible, cost-effective way to maximize impact. But let's step back and consider the deeper implications of this transition. If the entire infrastructure of your trade show presence becomes fully adaptable, from rapid size adjustments to seamless aesthetic changes, converting CapEx into OpEx, and eliminating the entire logistical burden, how does that level of unprecedented financial and logistical agility fundamentally change what you decide to present at the next 3 different types of events? What possibilities open up when the booth is no longer a fixed infrastructure burden, but truly a liquid, adaptable marketing asset? We'll catch you on the next deep dive.